Every day, a new AI tool is popping up, and this is what tends to get the most attention. But in reality, these are nothing but a distraction, because what's really going to transform AI implementation for your business is the strategy, the system you use to implement the tools. That's why after building over 150 projects, we want to walk you through our proven process for implementing AI into any business, startups, enterprise, doesn't matter. This process is going to help you determine what to build, when to build it, how to build it, and how to ensure that you are maximizing the ROI of your investment in AI, which is really what this is all about. Stick around to the end as well, because we're going to give you a template that you can download that's going to give you everything you need to create your very own AI strategy. Starting with step number 1, which is not a tool, it's your operational bottleneck audit. Where is work piling up? Where are errors happening the most? Where are people still waiting on information? Where is manual data entry happening? These are the types of questions that get you to start writing down all those things that are bottlenecks. Then next to those bottlenecks, you can begin to assign, what's the value of this one? What's the value that if we release this bottleneck, it will create this level of cost savings or this level of revenue unlock? A project we did recently for K&L Wines, it's on our website, shows how we took their team, a team of wine experts that are looking through thousands of SKUs, who they have to sometimes spend 10 minutes finding the right wine because a traditional search doesn't work properly. And we actually took that down from 10 minutes to 10 seconds using an AI solution. This isn't fancy, but it released so much bottleneck and friction that they were able to create exponential revenue growth on the other side of it. This is what happens when you actually select the right bottlenecks by going to step number 2, which is prioritize. We have a simple framework: F, which is frequency and friction; I, which is impact; R, which is readiness; and then E, which is error tolerance. Error tolerance is the one I really want to double click for a second. What happens if AI gets the answer wrong? This is why we love starting with internal AI implementation tools, because if your team gets the wrong answer, they can recognize it. But if you send the wrong answer to your customer, that can be a very big issue. There was this time where someone sold a car for $1 because someone hacked their AI chatbot. You don't want that to happen. So once you've identified which operation you're going to do first, you then need to go ahead and model ROI. How much is this worth? You can do this with some simple napkin math, or you can actually go through the detailed process of knowing how many hours you're spending, how much your team costs, how many hours would be released, and then you can know what you want to spend on it. If you know how much it means to you, you can then root the cost you're willing to pay on your own ROI, rather than trying to feel out these proposals that get sent to you from Fiverr or some enterprise McKinsey AI agencies consulting type partner. You need to know for you what you're willing to spend, and then hold your teams and your partners and your vendors according to that price. But if you don't know what the ROI is, you're just making up numbers from the top of your head. This is something that we actually took someone through recently, and we found that within 3 months, you'll be able to pay off the amount that you're paying us, and then everything after that will be profit, which becomes a no-brainer decision, as opposed to just saying, hey, it's going to cost this much to implement some tool that your team may or may not use. That's why step 3 of modeling ROI is so important. Now that you know how much you're willing to spend on that thing, you can create your technical implementation plan, which is now deciding, how are we going to build this thing? How are we going to implement AI or another solution, which we found isn't always AI, that's going to release this bottleneck? This is a totally different approach. We call it thinking from bottom up, thinking about the business first and then to the tool, as opposed to thinking about the tool first and then trying to work your way into fitting it into your business. So this can include everything from your architecture, your authentication. Are you going to need permissions, people having right access, what data should be piped where? These are things that we also believe are extremely important, and that security element is where you also include there. The other part that we want to make sure you have access to is actually a technical implementation template, which is part of the AI strategy template that you can get with the first link in the description. Finally, now that you've done those other 4 steps, you are on to the part that people love most, which is actually building. And you can now build with confidence and get rid of that uncertainty about whether you should use this tool or that tool. And you'll know deep down that it actually doesn't matter, because we have a strategy that's going to get our company where it needs to be financially, rather than relying on specific tools. The other part you'll want to include is scalability. Is this something that we can continue to build on top of, and it's not something that's built inside an ecosystem that we will no longer use? If you found this video valuable, then you'd also love the AI strategy template, which includes the operational bottleneck audit. It also includes the AI prioritization index, technical implementation plan template, and even a ROI ROI payback modeling template. This is something you can use, fill out your own numbers, get executive buy-in, hire a team, hire someone on your own, or even apply with the other link in the description to work with us. If you found this valuable, please let us know in the comments or with a simple thumbs up. It goes a long way. And until next time, see you guys soon.